This is Warsaw, Poland, this August. Anti-LGBTQ messages have been heard in Poland for a while. They supported by the official government agenda. But the Polish homophobic narrative is surprisingly enhanced by Russia via the state-owned media such as RT and Sputnik. This is one of the topics studied in the latest book by analyst and Wilson Center researcher Nina Jankowicz.
Russia has used issues of ethnicity, all of these wedge issues, issues about politics and economics throughout Central and Eastern Europe. It auditioned those tactics. It is well practiced at finding those fissures in societies and further driving a wedge between people.
Russia's goal, according to Yankowicz, is to destabilize the situation in different countries.
In Poland, it used the issue of the Smolensk plane crash in 2010 to drive Poles against each other, which is one of the most divisive issues in Polish society.
And these days, Russia is leveraging the anti-LGBTQ narrative in Poland.
Poland, as I'm sure you know, is a fairly conservative society, lots of Catholics in Poland, and the LGBT movement has been something that really divides Poles.
I'm against the LGBTQ. People should live normal lives. By the book, there shouldn't be any gays or other deviations. Everything should be normal.
If you look at RT and Sputnik and even some more kind of surreptitious means of delivering disinformation, Russia has seized on these issues and will support politicians, will support activists who are anti-LGBTQ. When there are protests or gay pride marches in Poland, those are issues that Russia has certainly honed in on.
According to Yankowicz, this strategy has become a campaign issue during last month's elections.
And the incumbent, President Duda, has been fairly rigorous, I would say, in his anti-LGBTQ messaging.
When communism was imposed on school kids, that was Bolshevism, and ideology was forced on children. And now they want to impose an ideology on us and our children, but a different one, neo-Bolshevism.
And the man that he's running against in the opposition is calling for a more open Poland that is unified and represents everyone.
I would really like to be the first Warsaw mayor to permit same-sex marriage.
This is an issue that's a huge campaign issue in Poland, has to do very deeply with Polish identity and Polish culture as a more conservative nation. And it makes perfect sense that Russia is driving that home on all of its state-sponsored media.
Yankowicz says that if the world learns from Russia's behavior in the past, this will positively impact the society.
But there are also a lot of stark warnings, and I think particularly in countries where domestic disinformation is being embraced by the ruling party, like in Georgia, like in Poland, like in Czech Republic to some extent. There is also just a really, it's a warning and a call to arms that, you know, democracy needs participation to work. Disinformation attempts to undermine that. So it's up to all of us to keep engaging, to keep holding our politicians to account. And that's the best way that we can fight back.